This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. You tune into the TCSF podcast with Big Z featuring Ivan Vargas from The Tape Never Lies and JC, our football guru. And we're coming to you straight from the 606 Media Studios, powered by True Chicago sports fans. This is episode 296, and we're fired up to dive into everything makes Chicago great, our Chicago sports teams. Remember to check out 606media.com to go see everything that we have on there for the podcast. We got No Water Weekend. We got True Chicago sports fans. We got Impotskitty that just dropped another episode today with Evie Kato, comedian. And it's good episode. Check that out. You can also check out our merch. We have the official podcast t-shirt up there, and we also have For the Love of Sports merchandise line. Go and show off your Chicago pride by supporting us with.
My bad.
If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit that bell button so that we get notifications every time we are live. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast app, leave us a 5-star review. It means the world to us. Again, check out the rest of the show, subscribe, support, and share. Let's strap it in, get ready for an unforgettable ride through the best of Chicago sports culture and beyond. Let's get started. And the hottest thing this weekend was the WBC and the two upsets. Puerto Rico losing to Italy, who's playing right now against Venezuela, and the Dominican Republic losing to the USA team, both featured as upsets. Well, Puerto Rico, maybe not so much, just for the reason that Italy has been such a Cinderella story in the WBC, not playing with so many major leaguers, but playing fundamental baseball. Which one was a bigger upset for you, Ivan?
The bigger one, Venezuela. I think the biggest one was
Venezuela beating the champions in Japan, right?
Yeah, yes. beating Japan. I think Venezuela's been, they've been right there. Like they didn't start out real strong, but I was telling you, we were talking the other day when we were watching the game. I said, hey man, they get it into the 7th inning, it's anybody's ball game and they could take it. And sure enough, like they got into the 7th inning close and boom, a big home run changes the game, and that's all she wrote for him. So Venezuela, big step up, beating Japan. Italy, but I had Panama at the beginning of this. I thought Panama would be a surprise and make a little bit of run, beat a team, they weren't supposed to beat, and just, be close in games. That didn't really pan out as well, no pun intended. But I feel like they're one of those teams that are on the cusp. But Italy, in particular, the biggest jump, the biggest surprise, and all those guys are having fun over there. It's a blast. Like I wouldn't have thought Italy would have been close to where they are right now. So kudos to them. It's been a great story. So I mean, this baseball classic's been I thought it's been really fun.
Yeah, it's one of those what are we kind of, it's pretty much setting the standard for it to be a biannual, right? Every 2 years, an occurrence. But if they move it down into the middle of the summer during the All-Star break, would you be in favor of that? Because then you would have the All-Star break, and that would have the WBC going, and every other year you would have the Olympics, right? You would have the Olympics in between. So it'd be kind of alternating every 2 years. How would you feel about that?
I don't mind. I would like to see how they would approach it. I think it would obviously be a couple week thing. In the middle of the season, it's rough because like you're going out there playing a tournament. It doesn't give you much time to heal, especially if you're in a pennant race. So to me, that's a little too much. Put it at the beginning of the season, keep the All-Star game where it's at and everything like that, and go from there.
JC?
I'm with Ivan. I don't see how you put that many teams together in an All-Star weekend and make it work. Like, because like it's already been like a 2 or 3 week like thing. So unless what you do is like you have the tournament, right, and then the two teams face off for the championship during All-Star week. Like maybe that's something you do. But I don't see how you have the entire WBC in a 1 week or 2 week period for the All-Star game. And then not only that, like with Saya Suzuki right now, potential knee injury, they're saying you're not risking that right before playoff. I don't see any team allowing that. Like I said, before a season, most teams are like looking at it like, okay, this is a nice little warm up, before the season. The guys are getting extra at bats. They're getting, granted, they're not facing top tier talent on some of these teams. Although, you had a guy who was an electrician, who was making big noise. I forget for what team. It was like one of those European teams, like the Czech Republic or something. He's like a 38-year-old electrician, but was out there striking out Otani and a bunch of other guys with like a 78-mile-an-hour fastball that he called like the cannon or something. So, like I said, you get some great stories out of it, but again, I don't see how you could fit it in during the All-Star game.
I would say you would have to shorten the season, right? You would go from 162 to 152, less than 10 games, which would give you the 2-week margin. That would be the way to do it, because the Olympics the baseball is going to happen for the Olympics. So this is going to happen during the summer, because it's the Summer Olympics. So they're going to test it out with the Summer Olympics and see how that works. And maybe they can fit this in. And I understand the injury aspect of it if you're in a pennant race, but at the same time, an injury can happen at any point, any time. So that's why they have the insurance and all that. But I think it's a fun tournament. You would get guys that are, especially like that are playing at MLB, that would be in top form at that point, rather than just warming up. There's good and bad on both sides. But for me, if hockey's already doing it right with the Winter Olympics, they took off the 2 weeks, giving those guys an opportunity to go overseas and compete in the Olympics. I can see this kind of rolling over to different sports where you're just in season, and it also gives some of the guys that, let's say you don't want Aaron Judge to go. Let's say he's nagging an injury, then he won't go. He'll get those 2 weeks off to recuperate. I think that would be a great way to have those guys there, because there's going to be plenty of talent that you can fill these rosters with. And these rosters are very much well spread out. Like I was looking at Venezuela's roster, it's like ridiculous. They have a bunch of major leaguers. You got William Contreras, you got Wilson Contreras, you got Salvador Perez, you got Luis Arraez, Andres Jimenez, Gleyber Torres, Juan Rosales. I mean, Abreu, Cuna, Jackson Churio. I mean, and then they're managing and coaches are just stacked.
Bro, I mean, I'm looking at it now. I mean, your boy, Johan Santana, like pitching coach. You got Miggy's over there as a hitting coach. Yeah. Victor Martinez is the assistant manager. Robinson Chirinos is a bench coach. Yeah, you got some guys, man. You got some quality coaches. Gerardo Parra, Ulasador.
Yeah, you got some.
I just fear that it's gonna, like, I mean, even hockey has problems with, like, it's written in people's contracts that they're not allowed to do these things, play in like the All-Star games, the Olympics, this, that, and the other thing. And I mean, it's gonna come to the players where they're gonna have to, like, hey, I'm not signing this contract then. If you're gonna put in my contract that I can't participate and I can't, play in the Olympics, especially, like WBC is one thing, but the Olympics, I mean, there's so many guys out there, like even you and I, like if we could go out there and do something in the Olympics for our national team, like we would be there in a heartbeat. Yeah, whether it be curling or, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely something that I would want to do for the Olympics for my country, of course. I mean, for me, I just think it'll be fun. It grows the sport globally, giving exposure not only to the player but the team that he plays for. So I think it gives us great exposure. Like the NBA has that global exposure. The NFL has a global exposure. I think baseball's played everywhere, but I don't think the MLB has that global exposure besides like Otani, Judge, maybe. Like there's not many players that can be recognizable across the world. So, it's something that they're going to look to work out. We'll see where they put it. But right now, you've got Venezuela and Italy trying to get into the championship against the U.S. There's obviously storylines. Italy beat the U.S. Venezuela's hot right now, so we'll see who gets in. They will play tomorrow. Right now, it is 0-0, and it's going to go deep. Like Ivan said, this is going to be who blinks first, who makes that first mistake, and how do you take advantage of that. So it's been very fun to watch. It's been one of the tournaments I do like it. Just like we watch the Olympics for hockey, that was fun to watch. This makes the sport entertaining, and it puts it on a global map.
Yep. I mean, well, actually, now I have a conspiracy about this too, and I've had it for a few years now. I have the belief that the major leagues will eventually push for more of a world baseball federation, like a global league, because you got all these guys flying around anyway. You could set it up anywhere to have these, any location you want, as long as you have the stadium capacity and the hotel space and shit.
Mhm.
I can see that happening. Like I could see it being a bigger
Yeah, I
league.
mean, why wouldn't you expand? Why wouldn't you expand and add more teams? Put a team in San Juan, put a team in Mexico City, put a team. I mean, you already got one in Canada, but bring back
but
the
the
Expos.
problem with all that is it becomes logistics, right? It becomes hotels, safety, security, all this stuff, and then it's all right. If we're going to send the Cubs to play a team in Japan, right? Like, are they going to be there for a 3-game stint? Like,
it would be
the
more or less like
opponents?
it would be more or less like they break up into divisions, right? If you're
Correct.
whoever's closest, geographically, that's who you're going to play. That's the region you're going to play, and then having 2 divisions back in the day, right? The top whatever play in the world playoffs.
Right. You split it back up like it used to be, the American League and the National League, and then you could do the reconfiguration where the teams on the West are in the West Coast and play only the West Coast, and they're part of the American League, and the teams on the East Coast are the National League, and that's who they play. And then you break up the teams within geographic, like we've been talking about realignment. You have all that. So I really don't think. I mean, can you imagine having and let's say they go to Mexico and they play at a Estadio Azteca that fits over 100,000 people to go watch a baseball game? That would be insane. That would be insane. And then you have the same thing in Puerto Rico. You have 50, 60,000 in that stadium.
And if you're not breaking guys up due to their country and it's their ball club, you're going to have more competitive games and other teams that are going to be, competitive. Now again, this is a wild thought, but like just the global push, NFL, MLB, NBA, that global push. At a certain point, what are you going to do with it? Because now, the European leagues, they're all, they're going to start growing, right? Like the more talent they produce, so you see all the talent coming overseas. Like the more talent they produce, why wouldn't they end up just building up that league eventually? And it's slowly but surely, right? These are still lesser leagues than the NBA or MLB or whatever. I guess maybe Japan's league is probably the closest, I would say. But regardless of that, you never know. I just say you never know with these people. Like they have some wild ideas. I never thought we'd see another week in the NFL added, but they're talking about adding more. So who knows?
The consumer wants it and there's money. It'll happen, right? So I think it's great for the baseball to continue to grow. Hopefully they don't mess it up with a lockout. Hopefully they figure that out. But the expansion is great for the teams, and again, if you want to do some regulation for those teams that continue to lose, cool. Be like, all right, Puerto Rico's a AAA team, and if you have the worst record, then you're going to go down to AAA, and the AAA champion is going to come up to, it's some kind of way of doing it. Because I know soccer does that, and I think it's a way to motivate these owners to stay on top, to spend money. So it is what it is. But I know we were talking off air about our Chicago Bulls who are playing at the moment. Just a quick pivot there. The Bulls
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we go pivot, that USA game, we didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah.
First of all, that was a wild ass. That was a great game. I thought it was a great game of baseball, real tight, great pitching. A lot of situations where you thought it would sway one way or the other, and just great baseball. Now, with that being said, a lot of controversy about that last strike call. And I just don't for me, playing baseball all my life, knowing the game, as much as anybody could that hasn't gone to the majors or, gone extremely far. But you have a 2-strike count on you. This is the last at bat you have unless you get on. If the ball's close,
you're swinging.
You gotta swing. You gotta swing. You can't give it up to the umpire to make that decision, and you see why. Now, if there was ABS involved, okay, I could understand that because some of that's going to be taken away, right? Some of that will be taken away. But you as a ball player know with 2 strikes, you know what I mean? 2 outs, 2 strikes, your last breath, you need to protect the plate and do whatever you can to foul off that ball or golf it into the outfield or whatever you had to do with it. I know it was a breaking ball. I know it was from what everybody saw, it was low, but he executed a pitch in the area that was close enough where I thought you should have been trying to foul that thing off.
Well, definitely. That's what you're taught as Little League, right? You have a 2-strike count on you. Protect the plate. Make the pitcher work for it. Make the pitcher put over the plate until you get a pitch that you can drive. I mean, that's just Little League Baseball 101. So for him to complain, it's like, bro, you should have swung. You get a foul ball, you live another pitch, and you continue to do that. So I get it. The umpire fucked up. End of story. We don't have, we can't challenge plays. There will be that next WBC for sure. But if you know the rules, play by them and take advantage as best as you can. But in my opinion, it was a great game, and the Dominican Republic had multiple opportunities to win that game prior
to
that.
One run. They scored 51 runs in 40 innings of baseball. One run in that. And I know Paul Skeens is on the mound, but you had opportunities, right? And like you said, they just didn't execute.
Definitely did not execute. And you know what? USA is in the championship. And you know who's not? Canada. Mm-hmm. That's for JC, because USA took out Canada again. Is that 3 in a row? That's the baseball team, the men's and women's hockey?
Canada's having a rough year.
And the paraplegic hockey team.
Oh,
they took the gold from Canada too. Look at me. We're hockey now.
We're hockey now.
We're hockey now.
Until Russia comes back to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Then we have an issue.
Yeah.
Then we got an issue.
There's a new player that's entered the game, dude.
Yeah.
For real. Player 3 is entered.
Player 3 just signed on. You guys, just some quick bulls. Recently we had Buzelis drop 41 points in that win over Golden State. While I was pissed, very pissed that they won that game.
You just dunked the shit out of somebody too. Just give somebody a poster right now.
Oh yeah. So 41 points. This is what we wanted from Buzelis, to be able to develop, be able to use this time wisely to grow his game, right? We want Giddey to fill up the stat sheet. He got a triple-double the other day, past Michael Jordan on the all-time list. This is what we want, Giddey and Buzelis to mature and to get better for next year, to be a team that can make some noise. But Goddamn Bulls. Sit them down, lose. Sit them down, Billy. There's no reason that you should be winning. Take them out, put the bench in the fourth quarter, and lose. This is purgatory. Just let it be. Just let it die.
Oh, Billy. Yeah, he's I don't know, man. With the Bulls, I just hope that they can some way somehow find a top 10 draft pick with this lottery. That's all I can hope for.
We're gonna get a number 8 again. I mean,
So here's my thoughts on things.
7, yeah.
I don't want my guys to get hurt, right? But if like one of the strings is off the net and you'd be like, hey, player A, can you climb up the ladder to like fix the net on the hoop, please? And then as he's coming down, the guy who's holding the ladder, like just put your foot underneath his foot so he rolls his ankle a little bit. Like just some funny antics, you know, from like the staff. Like if Billy's not going to do it, the staff needs to step in and get this team off the floor. You know,
like tripping over your luggage as you come into the house, a la Boozer.
Yeah. The ottoman, the footstool, whatever. You know, the guys who like mop the floor from the sweat in the paint. You know, you just miss a few spots. You know, just whatever's got to be done by the staff. You know, to get this team to little hamstring tweak. You know, it might be out for a week. Little rolled ankle might be out.
Grease the locker room floor, you know.
You know, who knows? Maybe you order some bad sushi and put it in the locker room. You know, they're out with food poisoning for 2 games. You know, some things might have to go down. You know,
fuck it, just start cutting guys. It's not like they're helping.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to chase the top pick. One of the top picks.
I don't know how that works. I mean, you got to roster a team of at least, right?
You got a roster of tryhards, right? Ivy, Anthony Simmons, who's out today, Buzeles, Giddy. I mean, that's pretty much it. I know you have a couple guys on the bench that are trying to give you something, but Giddy's got to have a sickness or those ghost injuries for us to continue to lose. Like, if you got to rebuild the right way by tanking, bro. Find a way to give a guy that off. He has, soreness or whatever. You've had multiple stars do that. And these guys are not even stars yet. So definitely the Bulls are rebuilding. Is it the right way, the wrong way, or are we just stuck in another reset? I don't know. But it's tough to watch.
I think that's the problem is nobody knows what's happening right now is because we have 9 second-round picks, which, okay, maybe those players do turn into something. You know, we've talked about, yes, good players do come in the second round, but the problem for me is that I don't trust the front office to be able to recognize the talent. No, where's Noah Assange right now? Where is other than Buzeles? Other than Buzeles, who have we drafted that has panned out?
You mean Patrick Williams didn't pan out for us? I love the crickets on that. Look at
this face.
This is not going to be a Patrick.
There's no humor in this face when you talk about Patrick
Williams. No Patrick Williams talk this episode. I mean, what do you have? Nuki or Yuki, right? Yuki, the guy from the G League, and then you also have McClung, who had 51. He hung 51 on somebody in the G League.
Those weren't drafted; those were players picked up.
I know, but I'm saying you've got guys that are trying, right? But once they get to the league, they're averaging like 6 points a game because the competition is completely different. Put those guys in there. But Yuki can dribble all he wants, but he can't play defense because he's 5'8". Right? He's going to get dominated.
Correct, sir. Did you say the defense that he played on LeBron and made LeBron look stupid?
I mean, LeBron's, 41, 42? Don't take that much. That's why I don't play with the kids at school anymore because they'll make me look real stupid. I'm like, I'll play horse, motherfuckers. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm playing horse or see who can make most free throws in a row. I can do that. I am not driving to the hole against those 16, 17, 18-year-olds and then busting my hip again. No, thank you. No.
I'm out here to play one game only. Dodgeball. Billy Madison style. I'm just out here begging people.
Yeah, that's coming right before spring break. Definitely doing that before spring break. JC, what's going on with the Blackhawks, brother?
Honestly, I don't know. I saw something. I saw like a fight with Bedard the other. I saw like a little clip of like Bedard was in a fight. I don't know how old the clip was. The last thing I heard was, we during the trade deadline was that we traded Foligno, who was the captain of the team.
Right.
But other than that, like I really haven't been keeping up with the Blackhawks because they're kind of in the same situation as the Bulls where, they're building something, but they're not nearly there yet. And like the attention for me is just not there.
Well, they traded half the team, right? They traded half the team and all the veterans and got expiring contracts. I mean, we get that. We got some new players. We got some draft picks out of it. I mean, they lost to the Stars last Sunday, and then they beat the Mammoths of Utah in back-to-back games and home and away kind of series. And then they got blasted by the Golden Knights 4-0. So that's what's happening with the Blackhawks. Like,
they're in a transition where I think they know, like, all right, we had a bunch of older players, veterans on short contracts while we're trying to get younger. Now it's that time and period of like, no, we're getting younger now, right? So we drafted Bedard, we've drafted a couple other, first, second, third pick guys in the draft. So like we're starting to build younger, and because Bedard missed time earlier in the season and we had a rough go earlier in the season. I mean, I don't know where we're sitting with draft pick right now, but I know back then, like with Bedard being out, we were kind of trending towards having a top pick. I don't know if that has changed.
We've got 61 points right now, so we are still ahead of the Flames at 59, the Canucks at 48 in the Western Conference, and on the Eastern Conference, everyone is ahead of us. So that's what it's a 3-team race to the bottom. But the Canucks are definitely stinking it up with 48 points. So it may be time to sit some of these guys and shut them down for a week or two, and accumulate some losses. Again, it's bad that all these teams are rebuilding. The Bulls are in another rebuild. The Blackhawks are in a rebuild that has some kind of direction and some kind of vision. The White Sox finally have a rebuild that has direction and vision. These players are on their second year to see what they can do. So there's a lot of hope for the White Sox. There's a hope for the Blackhawks. There is no hope for the Bulls. There is no hope for the Bulls. So it's going to be a rough. It's going to be a rough season for these teams going forward. I'm excited for baseball season because next week is it next week, sir? Yeah, I believe it's next week.
Yeah, it's next week.
Yep.
It is Cubs home opener.
Tickets are bought.
Tickets are bought.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Jason's like, what?
I shared that, like, some tickets. Like, what happened? Ivan bought his own for himself.
No.
I'm very confused. Did you buy tickets for me, Jose?
No. Well, Jose.
Oh. Wow.
We planned this a while, but Jose should have mentioned something.
It's on the group chat.
What's
Yeah,
that?
man. I shared the other day 3 tickets for the price. Okay.
Oh well, I didn't see
I
the group
took
chat.
the day off of work.
I didn't know.
We're going. Hey, you know what?
Well, I'll be there.
We're all going to be there. Steven obviously saw the chat and is like, I'm already going. I already got my tickets a while ago.
Yeah. Did you have a funny clown open for you on Sunday?
Nope.
So there you go.
Must be a sad clown. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I guess I'll maybe I'll talk to my bosses because I requested that day off, to do a season opener and whatever. I guess I'll go to work then maybe instead.
Jason, get a ticket. Come on with us. We'll share the information where we're sitting, and we'll figure that out. I still got to buy the White Sox tickets as well.
Because we were talking in group chat, and then like all of a sudden, like I sent like a tick pick, like whatever of like 3 tickets for, I think it was like $126 in a section, and then never heard anything back from you fools. And now I'm heartbroken to hear like, oh, the tickets are bought, but not for you.
Not my park. I'm not in charge of the Cubs. I'm in charge of the White Sox. I'm getting the White Sox tickets. So JC, are you coming to the White Sox home opener the week after?
Probably not. just to be honest, like getting time off of work is just a nightmare. They're mad at me right now at my job.
Why would you drive the forklift into the lake or something?
No, I put in all my vacation requests, and yeah, they're very upset with what I did.
Did you spread it out, or did you just take it all at once?
Oh, I spread it out. I would have to send you a photo of my calendar, and you would understand why.
Were you one of those persons that took like, oh, I'm going to take every Friday off for the next 6 months?
No, so what I did was I took 4 weeks of vacation, and then they came back to me and said, hey, one of your coworkers beat you to it. We can give you 2 of the weeks, but not these 2 weeks. And I said, okay, not a problem. I'll reschedule. Well, in the process of doing that, one of my managers overheard me talking to my direct manager, and that manager said something really stupid to my face. And I said, bet. And then I went ham. And I said, okay, cool. And I spread my vacation out as much as I possibly could.
It's yours. It's your vacation.
Exactly.
Yours.
You earned it. So long, suckers. Well, yeah. So we got the Cubs home opener next Thursday. I'm excited. Everyone should be healthy. Hopefully, right, for the Cubs. Is you're going to be okay?
There's, from what I just read, and I don't know how true it is. Sometimes you read things on X and you don't know if it's true or not. But supposedly he got with the Cubs training staff today or yesterday, and they are looking to do an MRI on his knee, and that he has a significant limp, is what I read. So,
yeah, it looks like this is what MLB is reporting. After being examined by the team doctor on Monday, he was on the road to having an MRI on his knee to determine the extent of the injury. Suzuki's setback and timetable is undetermined at the moment. They'll let the MRI tell us. When the player comes in, he leaves the game with an injury and he's limping. We thought an MRI made sense. Well, let's get more information and we'll be able to tell you all that. So there's no timetable on that. So who's going to slide into his spot?
good question. Because didn't we state multiple times like we have a right fielder issue? So I guess maybe do you bring up Ballesteros? Do you bring up, because I assume Ballesteros would be DH, but then who's playing the field? Alcantara? I don't know.
Yeah, those are going to be your options. You got Alcantara, pretty much. I would say that, or you stick Matt Shaw out there. It can't be worse than Seiya.
Yeah, true. I mean, has Shaw gotten? Has he gotten reps in like preseason out there? I mean,
I do not subscribe to that channel, sir. So I couldn't tell you at the moment if he's gotten some reps out there.
I really don't pay much attention to preseason.
I mean,
I've told you, like the worse they do, the better it is.
I mean, he's got 33 at bats, 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 homer, 2 ribbies, 6 stolen bases, average of 333, OBP of 439, OPS of 894. So Shaw's playing pretty great.
His bat's doing great, but can he play right field?
I don't see why not. Why wouldn't he be able to play? Just the thing is, it's just not going to tell me what position he played.
I mean, when you got a guy like PCA that can also help you out there, that that helps, you know.
And
But
PCA is going to be coming off the WBC and ready to go. That boy's going to be super hype, and he's got to take that next step for the Cubs to be a significant player in the NL. So he's got to take that superstar step, and he played with the big boys. He's been playing with all the big boys. So it's going to be cool. And definitely, if you're going to go out to the Cubs game, come meet us for a beer. We'll be out all over Wrigley Field recording. We're going to have our wireless mics on and filming on the phone and having a good time. So definitely check us out. Let us know where you're going to be at. And then the White Sox openers the week after. We can talk about that next week or in the next show. But I think that covers it. That cover everything? I think we covered everything. Get it under. I was telling you, we're keeping it under 45 minutes. It looks like we are
Perfect.
good. Yeah, perfect for that. Look at that. All right. So yeah, if anything pops up, any breaking news, I'll jump on at night and I'll do a 3 and out or 3 up and 3 down, whatever I'm calling it nowadays, and do that. And so just keep it tuned here at True Chicago Sports Fans. We're trying to do as many shows and give you the most recent news as fast as possible when possible. We are going to close this one out, and we're going to jump on, if JC has time, we're going to jump on TTNL with Ivan, and we're going to talk mock drafts, which is JC's favorite thing to do. Is do a mock draft. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
in. I'm in.
There it is. Sorry. All right, y'all. That is it for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you to our listeners, our watchers, our subscribers, everyone that's supporting us through 296 episodes of episodic stuff. This is great. Thank you to our sponsors, 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, and check us out on social media at 606media.com, TCSF Pod on Twitter, True Chicago Sports Fans on Facebook, IG, Spotify, iTunes, all of that. And if you want to hit us up, DM us on any of those socials. So for Ivan and JC, I am Big Z, and we'll see you next time for episode 297. And until then, be good to each other for the love of sports.